And we continue. Back once again to the present. And we're now in beautiful Aptosia, right on the beach, and having an opportunity to play with some new gear, which will be radically changing the nature of our podcast over the next few weeks.
You might even get some attractive sets to replace all this randomness that our Dr. Future Storm being likes to create.
For your inner geek, we're kind of switching from the paradigm that you probably know too, folks, the Zoom paradigm.
We're hoping this is going to be our last Zoom screen control. We're moving to...
No, don't get me wrong. I love Zoom. But there it goes. It has its coolness.
That's your camera. That's not Zoom. That's your camera setting.
Yeah, that's the combination is the camera with Zoom.
And it's a good thing that we're in such a cool room, right? We're up here we're upstairs at the beach house with our classic Santa Cruz art in the background and overexposed beach day out there.
Overexposed beach day. There you
go. You got a jogger going by. That's the scene.
Okay, there you go. That gives you a nice
see you got your chat screen, your
fluid view.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Oh, stay off, AI. Stay off. Okay, so it's an exciting time. It's the last day of March, and we're going to have an exciting future event tomorrow. Artemis 2. I hope you guys are going to tune in. You probably will have by the time you listen to this, and hopefully it'll be a success. I think it's kind of interesting that we choose to go to the moon all these years later, more than half a century later. It's a big deal, big money. First time people going around the moon further away from Earth in over 50 years. And it's on April 1st, for April Fool's Day. You kind of wonder.
Maybe they plan that just in case they don't make it. I mean, how many times have they tried to launch this mission so far? 3? 4? April Fools. We're going to the moon, but not today.
A clue obliterated by some strange alien ray that hit the ship just to keep the countdown reach 0. April Fools. That would be bad. It's like fire
really
in
funny.
a madhouse. A theater, excuse me. There's a woman on board, and then there's a Canadian.
She's not a woman?
No.
The Canadian's not the woman.
They didn't do it too for... They had 6 o'clock tomorrow night, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think it's a historical event, and it's kind of a break from all the Terranian news that we're hearing, And
you mean terrestrial?
Terrestrial.
Oh, Terranian, as in Iranian, not Earth, as like Terra.
A combination of Tehran and Iran in one. Terranian story. That's good. Could you tell us the name of the Canadian that's on board the Artemis mission?
Yeah, the Canadian on Artemis 2 is Jeremy Hansen, first Canadian ever headed to deep space. Super cool. He's from Ontario, like we talked about earlier. Want me to pull up a quick pic of him suited up?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can grab that through a share screen function.
Jeremy Hansen, first Canadian to deep space. These are fresh shots from NASA and CSA. Him in the orange suit, training, and with the crew.
Can you show me a picture of the course of the Artemis 2 as it travels from here to the moon and what that looks like?
Yeah, here. Check this one out. It's the cleanest diagram. Earth on the left, moon on the right, that big looping figure 8 path. Launch from Florida, slingshot around the moon's far side, then back home. Super clear how they swing wide out there. And this labeled version shows the outbound in yellow, return in blue, with all the burns and separations marked. Like a roadmap to deep space. One more. Simpler glowy trail. Earth, moon, pink streak out and back. Feels almost cinematic. Basically, no landing, just a 10-day tease around the moon. Pretty wild to see it laid out like that. Want me to zoom on any part?
I'd like to see a shot from the Artemis of what the moon looks like through the windows of the Artemis.
Sure, let me grab some views from inside Orion. So about that moon view from Orion, NASA's got these sim renders, like you're floating inside the capsule, staring out those small rectangular windows. The moon fills half the frame, craters sharp, shadows deep, Earth tiny behind it. Super eerie, almost like you're parked in orbit. Here, first one. Close up through the window, lunar surface rushing by, gray and pocked. Another, wider shot, moon dominating, Orion's interior lights glowing blue. And this one, dark side.
It's a big deal.
Today, for all humanity, you're pushing beyond that frontier.
The Terrafab project that Elon announced last week, where he will be producing his own AI chips to service Tesla and SpaceX and XAI. Part of the issue from his point of view is that all the manufacturing companies, the chip manufacturing companies, aren't producing nearly enough chips for what even just he needs. So he can't just wait around for the chips. He's got to build them himself, and he feels like he can create at least like 5 times the number of chips that are being created now worldwide himself. And
he's going to give it his best shot.
Yeah, his own chip manufacturing.
And so they've broken some ground for the chip manufacturing factory in Texas. Is that my understanding?
That's right. That's right. It's aims to make chips to support 100 to 200 gigawatts of computing power on Earth and 1 terawatt in space. So that's the other part of the journey, is that it's a space-based operation as well. And that in the future, most of the storage will be in orbit.
Yeah, I just want to amplify this. To me is such a classic Elon Musk kind of seminal speech where he's just going where no one else has gone before. He's talking about the vision of being a multi-planetary system and getting off the Earth and populating our solar system and having a space-based civilization. And how we get there from where we are now is we utilize the available unused power of our local star. And we do that with technology that is orbiting the Earth and the Moon. And so the big vision that he offered during this Terrapin initial launch talk was for a moon-based launch unit that would put satellites into space, basically through a big ramp that launched them into space without any fuel. Just because the gravity on the moon is so much less, you can do it with a runway, and you can just use maglev and accelerate the satellite on some kind of a sled, and it gets to the end of the ramp, and then it flies off the moon into an orbit around the moon or into deep space or wherever it is we want that satellite to go to. And the vision beyond that type of launch system is for the Earth to park a lot of satellites in our near-Earth orbit and utilize sunshine. The solar panels of those satellites are harnessing it to run their satellite computers. And those satellite computers can be part of a big mesh network that is using artificial intelligence to handle the kinds of compute problems that we are solving in order to be in space. I thought it was inspiring.
All right, I just think it was very interesting that he's talking about increasing the fab capacity of our machines 5 times at least over what it is today. While on the other side of the equation is Bernie Sanders, who just did a big talk about how we need to rein back AI and stop it from evolving as quickly as it is, because it already is out of control at its current rate of speed.
Yeah, well, of course, The big dystopian myth that those in power are all playing to is that whoever controls the AI is going to be the lord of the empire, the Dark Lord. And therefore, we need to take all that power and we need to make sure that it's in Bernie Sanders' hands instead of somebody else who isn't accountable to him.
So it would slow it down rather than speed it up.
Yeah.
And you agree with that?
I don't know how to control it. I'm from a generation where we actually believe that those humans who believe in themselves, who believe in free will, who aspire to actualize their own divine purpose, who are in harmony with the universe, we're not all here to be slaves of some empire, and we're not giving our attention to those who are putting out that story. So, yeah, you always have to have cautionary tales. You always have to stay away from people who want to aggregate power and use it against you. But it's not really the movie that I'm in. I'm in a movie where we do our best to harness human potential, which is really precious and rare in the universe. And we use that human potential in a harmonious, collaborative, coherent way to elevate our civilization and to solve our problems and to create heaven on earth and heaven around the earth and heaven in the solar system and heaven in the galaxy.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, and you're a certain tone. You represent a
yeah
kind of tone of the universe. Yeah,
or even like yeah.
Okay.
No, I think ohm is good. I've always been more of like a deadhead. Like I always like the drum solo.
Your tone is higher than that. High. You're a high ohm.
My tone is, it's high spirits, but it's a low tone. It's a low pitch.
There is also that factory that Samsung built, and so presently it's a brand new factory. It can only produce maybe 20% of the chips right now that he needs. There's going to be an IPO for SpaceX coming up soon here. And his vision is it's a vertical industry that he's producing. Now he's going to start producing the chips. He's going to produce the cars. He's going to produce the robots. He's going to produce the satellites and then the rockets that put the satellites in space, and also the AI that's going into the robots and the satellites, and also the internet and all that. So it's a complete vertical market that he's envisioning $100 trillion company here.
That's nothing bigger than that in the world.
That's right. There's nothing ever existed, that one company that controls all that. So it's a grand vision, and I think he's going to accomplish that. It looks to me like it's going to happen. All right,
that's fair enough. He has overplayed it in the past. It always takes longer than what he says it did.
Right.
I mean, he's this person who is blue skying it, right? He's coming up with an idea that never existed before.
Right.
And then he's taking a guess at what it's going to take to accomplish that. And then he's putting it out there for the world to say, hey, if we got started, here's a window. It could work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's pragmatic enough that, and enough pragmatic people believe in him, and he's hired to make it happen.
As a person who is a manifester of possibilities, you don't start out knowing. You start out giving it your best shot.
And that's where people get it wrong, you're saying.
Well, it's very easy for people who get some kind of artificial stimulation from attaching themselves to others and sharing in the limelight of somebody who deserves it by just being a naysayer. I mean, I'm sure it's a whole category of people. It's really taken over our media. Well, criticism is the art of people who aren't doing it themselves.
I think what really impresses people, though, is being able to over-deliver under time. Under time budget.
Under promise.
Over
deliver. That makes you popular. If you over promise and under deliver, which that's what people accuse Elon Musk of doing, that makes you unpopular.
But
of course, who are you popular with? You're popular with these gamblers who just want to bet either with you or against you because they're going to make money either way, and they don't care about you.
Well, there is an online betting where you can actually bet on all this stuff.
I know.
Right? That's one of the things that's coming into the system here.
Yeah. The gambler culture. I've never been able to gamble. Even though I was born in Las Vegas, I learned very early on that the odds are always stacked against you, and unless you have some supernatural luck, unless you surf the luck plane and you happen to have that kind of grace, luck is fleeting. That's what we're recording.
Right there. That's
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're an alien. Those little ones from Disneyland. If you're one eye, which one do you use? Where we're moving from a planetary economy to a solar system economy. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think Elon naturally thinks on that level already. You know, like that's already in place for him.
Yeah. And
it makes that shift. I think Peter Diamandis and the Abundance Crew are all thinking bigger like that. It's a context shift in understanding how things are. That's key, and how it all works. The idea that, like in Star Trek Economy, there was no money. Mm-hmm. So are we moving in that direction? It would appear so, something like that.
Yeah.
Not because money isn't useful, but because we can get all the stuff that money does without money much more easily.
Well, we were doing trades with each other long before we invented money.
Well, there's the trade too, but this is beyond.
If everything got disrupted, then we would start figuring new ways to do it again.
This is more refined trade, I guess. When it comes down to it, everybody has their needs and wants, and in an ideal system, like in your biology, everything gets what it needs or wants.
Right.
You know, and that creates the whole story.
Yeah.
This Terrafab idea, I think it's great to put out the vision. That's one of Elon's brilliant capacities, is to see the bigger picture, to see how a structure in which it can all fit. And it'll lead to more and bigger structures, and other people who think on that level will see how the pieces of reality that they know of will fit into this larger picture, etc.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it's the beginning of the abundance economy. I think it goes to solar system, and it goes to something like a Star Trek economy. Soon we will have our guest in the studio here, Mr.
There you go.
Michael Moore.
Hey! For you right there, Michael. Hey, that's your chair.
Yeah.
Yes, this is your mic.
Yeah, here he is.
Come on.
Wow.
You gotta come all the way up to this microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, boy.
And, the Star Trek economy that's coming in, and you walked in just at the end of that, which is kind of interesting because you're one of the biggest Star Trek fans I ever know. You've seen just about every episode of every series of Star Trek.
I am definitely a Trekker. I definitely have my favorites, but yeah, even the ones that I don't care for as much, I will watch. So.
There you go. Now, I'm kind of curious, what do you think of the Star Trek economy? How do you think they did it? How do they think they moved from like a modern day money-based economy to a society where they don't use money anymore?
Aside from the dilithium crystals, I think we have all kinds of better energy systems that we're not deploying yet. And that's going to be a big part of it, because it's all about distributed energy that isn't too expensive for the common people. Once that happens, you don't need money as much. You could desalinate your water. You could do pretty much anything you wanted. It's all about that energy, which is, they have that solved. Computer, tea, Earl Grey, hot.
All right, and rearrange the molecules, and there you have it.
There you go.
So you think that's inevitable?
I think probably because we've imagined it. And if we've imagined it, it's certainly going to be happening somewhere.
If we really want it, if it's...
Well, I think a good number of us do really want it. So.
Yeah. Do you believe in critical mass, that after a certain number of people get it, that we'll all have it?
Believe me, when I made my one and only bumper sticker many, many years ago, it said, "Relax, I'm the 100th monkey."
I remember the 100th monkey. Yeah, the 100th monkey was something else.
I just thought,
Yeah.
Well, some people needed to realize that, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, yeah, and the 100th monkey could be us.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, the 100th monkey was a meme that was going around back in the 80s and 90s. It comes down to, once a certain number of people know something, then a lot of people get to know it quickly. It seems to work that way. And in the case of the 100th monkey, it was monkeys on an island, wasn't it? Somewhere out in the South Pacific?
It was monkeys on an island that didn't have connection to monkeys on other islands. And once the 100th monkey on that island realized that washing their potatoes before they ate them was better,
they all
the monkeys got it. That was that story. Yeah. And I like the idea. Critical mass, I believe, is real. You know, so I think that's, and then the passion of that critical mass is real too. So,
can you think of other instances where it happened?
I thought having inexpensive or free telecommunications around the world would be a big solution, because then the kids could talk to the kids over there. They could talk, you know, show their own stories, their own families, their own friends, share their art. It didn't work out that way, but it could have. It was just redirected.
Well, I think that does happen. I think people are sharing their art and such on a more and more wide schedule. I mean, on a series, but a lot of other things happened as well, I think.
Right.
And that's the thing.
It did help. And I do believe that it's part of the solution. Communication, real communication, is always the answer. Everything else, including pseudo-communication, where you're not really trying to do anything but prove your point of view. This is transmission, right? This is like, I won't listen to you until you agree that my point of view is at least worthy, if not better. So it's like you need real communication. That's a back and forth thing with each other.
And you were also an advocate of how can it get better?
Oh, yeah.
How does that work?
It can get better than this. How? Well, when you ask that question, you just have to come up with how could this get better in Dr. Future's, fantasies or Sun's fantasies. So how could this get better? And just putting those energies out there and having an attention on it, I think,
reality,
is part of the solution.
And that's part of how it works, right?
I think it's part of it, yeah.
So it's literally impulsing into reality your thoughts that what you'd like to see to be real become real.
Right. And and that's why I really think it's going to take ground up, basically grassroots movements, because if you can do it in a small group and it's working for the smaller group, and then that group can reach out to become a little larger group, and ultimately you have a system that's working, in a little community, or let's say a county, or even a state, then you have something that is a model. Michael Tellinger's One Small Town is intriguing. I would love to see that. That's where there's a certain maximum number of people. It might be around 500, where people contribute to the common good, doing what their passions are, whether it's gardening or teaching or cooking or whatever it is. And in exchange, they get their basic food and lodging. And that if you're not siphoning off all the extra abundance that this amazing planet has, with the middlemen, the multiple ticks, and the poly-ticks, then you have so much more abundance than if you are, letting all those other intermediaries take it. Plus, if you're defending yourself always against potential ridicule or just like having your idea stolen, if you're always protecting yourself from that, then 30-40% of your energy isn't available for creativity.
Creativity definitely is what we like to do, but we tend to get distracted by all the doom and gloom stuff coming our way. Like, how can you not get upset about, like, war, for example?
I think Swami Beyond Ananda does have a real point there. Not that you might not get upset about war. War is crazy. It's just insane. It's an old paradigm that, it's the last. It's like once creativity and everything else has failed, you go to war. And, of course, it's being used so that the powers that be don't have to cop to the fact that they've screwed everything up, because all of a sudden, they have extra powers and all of that. But I like Swami Beyond Ananda. It's not like you should ignore all of that, but before you start letting your vibration get too low, you change the channel.
Just don't watch the channel. Tell a vision.
Yeah, tell your vision. Tell a better vision. Right? Exactly.
Tell a better vision. Watch a better program.
Right. Right.
Do you really think some people would say that, like, if you ignore the news, it's like sticking your head in the sand?
Well, those people can feel whatever they want. If by looking at this you get depressed, you become part of the problem. It's not helping anyone for you to be depressed because there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Because you just end up putting up some more of your negative thoughts into the world and affecting all those that you affect in a negative way. And down the spiral you go.
Yeah.
So keeping the spiral going up.
Yeah,
is the key
well,
then,
or
right?
at least giving it as an option. I mean, there's plenty of people who will take you down as low as you want to go, lower than you want to go, most likely.
And others in the opposite direction.
It's someone's job is to keep at least some good possibilities in front. You're up in front and center.
Good. Okay. And that's what I kind of depend on you for, because I know you track a lot of good stuff going on in the world.
There's so much
health and longevity stuff, which you've been tracking so diligently for so many years.
It's really special. I mean, we are in
ultimate
an
health is
time. And even now, even more than ever, it's important to keep your vision strong, keep your vibration up, and do what you can for the chaos that's around us, for the people in it, directly as much as you can. But do keep your vision and vibration up, because, that's the solution.
Yeah. That's why we have chosen you to be our audience today for our Disneyland adventures.
Yeah.
And we're kind of curious what you think.
Now there's a vision.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The other thing that I think we'll be calling you on as well is the energy topic, the whole area of alternative energy and what's going on there, including the free energy stuff that we've always heard and rumors about, but we would really like to play with. And perhaps the time is getting near for all of those things to be revealed.
We've had access to inexpensive, you can call it free, or you can just call it cheap enough to not matter, right? Yeah. Too cheap to meter. That was TVA's original idea. Yeah, too cheap to meter our electricity because blah, blah, blah.
Because, oil was cheap originally, too.
Yeah. I remember when my tank wouldn't hold $10 worth of gas. That was a T-bird.
Really?
So it wasn't that old,
nice.
I mean, the issue is really if distributed, cheap, or free energy was available to everyone, there are actors that would take advantage of that to create major mayhem. So really part of the solution would be, if that was available, make sure it's distributed, like every household, or ideally every household.
Well, that's okay. If somebody came up with a cheap way of creating energy and just released it to the world instead of possibly making billions on it, then that would change things. But you have to let go of your desire to be super rich.
And I think there's plenty of people who would do that if those in power making their millions off of selling us stuff
would allow that
we
to happen.
Wouldn't have to buy.
Yeah.
So if everyone has their own distributed, so every household or at least every neighborhood has their own energy center, then whatever was done that would be chaotic and such would be less impactful. I mean, all you have to do is lose your power for a month to see what's going on about, and unfortunately, if we did lose our power for, let's just say, 6 months, the ones who would do the best are the indigenous, the ones that don't have much, other than living off the land.
What about the preppers, the
preppers would do okay. But I think most of us who are very dependent on our technology would be really hard-pressed.
Yeah, society would fall apart really fast for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Bobby's prepared for this, right, Bobby? You've got several solar generators ready to go.
Yeah, I have 4 of these F3800s from Anchor. Yeah, I just have to plug them in right now. But I just have a couple extras.
You haven't felt the need to do it yet.
I'm trying to get Bob to come over here and help me turn on the control panel so that I can actually charge the batteries with solar and then
get them ready
switch
to
off
go.
the grid
timing
when necessary. Yeah,
and you have a generator too in Georgia, right?
Oh, I've got 3 generators.
3 generators.
Yeah. Bit of a prepper too. 4 if you count. I mean, the main thing for me, which I discovered back in Boulder Creek, where we lose power all the time. It's amazing how many times you lose power in Boulder Creek. And now
since I've been on solar, I don't think I've lost
any
power.
Have your own power.
It's been way more. That's the thing, is that people don't tell you how great solar actually is. They're not talking about the problems of solar. But
so what I did, my quick solution, it's not permanent, but my quick one was to get large propane tanks. And get a propane generator. So if you get you even something as small as 5,000 watts will take care of your refrigeration and your lights and most of what you need 5,000 watts. And you can get an inverter 5,000 watt generator for not that much money. That'll go 2-3 hours on a gallon of propane. You get 500 or 1,000 gallon propane tank. It gives you considerable backup.
Yeah, I've seen ingenious stuff. Even wind generators made from car alternators.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. You need wind,
Yeah, you have to be able, and some people are very fortunate; they have lots of wind.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, but
you basically got another lay of your land to know what it's possible there, and
right.
there's no doubt somebody's already thought about how to generate energy with it.
Right. Well, every area has their own special things. The desert has more sun and wind, probably, but then you have mountains. They're going to have certainly more wind and water. So it's like water.
Know your
water work. One of the first things Tennessee Valley Authority did was build dams. That was the first leg, and of course, all the rivers that got backed up. I have to say, what they used to be, I don't know, but what they are now is very beautiful because it's been many years.
Yeah.
If it's centralized, then it's too easy to go away.
Yeah. So decentralized energy is part of the future.
Well, I think it's the inevitable next step is that if you really want to have individual sovereignty, you have to come up with ways to do that yourself.
It does, again, if you use biological analogies for what the future is, the body kind of does that. The mitochondria are in every cell. So every cell has its own battery source, in a sense.
And there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of
them.
That's a lot of decentralization of energy. And that biology obviously is mastered a very long time ago. Yeah. And part of how perhaps we could apply to our technology.
Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that going from single cells, which was polluting its own environment and getting ready to die, extinct itself because they had too much oxygen, to multi-cell, which probably was the mitochondria going inside a cell? Wasn't that where we took our next leap?
What's crazy is you have this bacterium, this mitochondria, and it's found a home inside of every one of your cells. And these mitochondria are billions of years older than any human or any of the cells that we produce. And so we've kind of we've been herding sheep or cattle, It's like our cells are herding these mitochondria to generate energy for us. And these are prehistoric bacterium that their main thing is to generate energy, these hydrogen ions.
It's quite a deal that they made. We're talking about deals. Between mitochondria
it's a symbiotic deal.
And how do we know the mitochondria didn't cultivate us to be convenient?
Oh, it could be. How do we know we don't? It wasn't that isn't the case.
It ain't some kind of collective intelligence that we.
It's a bacteria, right?
Bacteriums?
Yeah, it's a bacterium. Yeah.
Oh.
In each one of your cells, you have thousands of these mitochondria.
Thousands of little mitochondria wiggling
along with
more in the brain,
tens of thousands of microtubules.
Yeah, right.
Which eventually leads to the likes of us and consciousness.
Yes.
And then quantum consciousness.
Yes.
Because reality is not slowing down. It seems to be speeding up. I think Ray Kurzweil was right with that there is something like the singularity approaching.
March was a ramp up, but April is when it starts getting really fast.
Really fast. And the Clawbots, they're coming on fast too.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think right now, if you don't know what you're doing, you should just use in the cloud and create a Clawbot in the cloud just to understand how it works. If you just wait this month, because NVIDIA announced their Nemo Claw, and it works on Linux only, unfortunately. But pretty soon, by the end of this month, there'll be other programmers that have migrated over to the Mac or the PC. What you need is something that kind of controls your Clawbots.
Nemo Claw is kind of like the director of your Clawbots, right?
So that it doesn't go out of control.
Operation. Your company CEO. If you will.
Yeah, or project manager.
I see. Your line producer in the film cinematic universe. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Somebody who really handles all the details, make sure things get done.
on your desktop, you'll have a couple agents at least, minimum. And as they get trained better and they don't use as much energy and they can run in the background, it'll be running on your phone again eventually, all these agents. It'll give you time to do everything you wanted to do. Because right now, we have to handle our finances and we have to handle our taxes are coming up on April 15th.
Yeah, right. Knick-knack reality is what we call it. It takes up a lot of our time.
All that these agents can handle for you, like in 10 minutes or in 5 minutes, they can deal with all your taxes. And so it gives you more time to do other things. So it's not just Elon producing trillions of these solar panels that are going to be coming out of Texas here pretty soon. And so we won't be dependent so much on China for these solar panels. And there'll be an abundance of energy, but there'll be an abundance of time for people, because all these things that take up what you have to think about, like, you have to look at your email and you have to look at all your text messages. It's like you can have an agent. It's like having a personal secretary running around and saying, while you were sleeping, all this new information has come in, and I think you should look at this next and concentrate your time on this. And it frees up everybody for time and energy. We'll be living like kings compared to people 500 years ago. We'll be able to just...
But we kind of are living like kings
now.
Today, right? Based on how they were several hundred years, but even more so. Yeah, the level of abundance goes up exponentially. I agree. And it's hard to imagine given the world today.
Every day.
More and more people are getting it. Yeah, that's the key, is that as it expands. I wanted to get in a segment on Son's experiences on her 65th birthday at Disneyland, and she has a few little clips she wants to share with us.
Okay.
So we went to Disneyland for your 65th birthday this last weekend, and your family came en masse and some of our friends.
Right.
We were fortunate enough to have a number of little two-bedroom hotel rooms.
My sister had some timeshare credits, and so she let all of us rent these two-bedroom apartments, and so we got to stay for a long weekend in this lovely little apartment.
Less than a mile from Disneyland.
Yeah, it was scooter distance.
Scooter, right.
Thank goodness, because I injured my foot on the way down.
Right. That's what happened.
2 days before my 65th birthday. This was me. You see my little infrared cup on my foot trying to heal my bone and bring down the swelling and all that. But I saw somebody riding these scooters, and I just took it as a sign.
She should have one,
that I needed one, because otherwise I was not going to be able to enjoy my birthday with my family.
That's great. You really found out the best way to deal with a sprained ankle, I must say. It's going on a vacation in Disneyland where it's going to be a lot of walking. I never walked so much in my life.
Yeah, you were.
Weekend,
I had it way better than you.
Oh my God.
At the time.
When we got lost and I had to walk an extra mile. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyway, some people want to know, well, how did you injure your ankle? And we were stopping at a gas station just before the Grapevine off of Highway 5. So I went in to use the restroom, and
my first senior fall.
Son was out there, and she, for one of the first times,
I was washing the windshield wipers.
Doing the gas.
I needed some paper towels. Right. They were empty. I ran around to the other side. It was uneven pavement, and next thing you know, I'm on the ground with a twisted ankle and a broken toe, and I'm in shock. Yeah. And Alan comes back from the bathrooms going, "What? What did you do?"
Practically crawling. I said, "What happened?"
I did crawl.
Somebody shoot you?
Yeah.
It was really... Yeah. There's nobody around, so... Anyway, so she quickly went from
Can't blame anybody. I did it to myself.
Yeah, to
the first thing we did was get ice at the gas station.
Right,
and
we're
so
right there
I went down there with
true.
My foot elevated, and I had an ace bandage, so it was compressed and iced. 2 hours later, I called and ordered one of these little mobility devices, which was a really good deal because we were down there for 5 days. And so I got the best rate, which was about half of what they charge at Disneyland.
Yeah, it was a real Minnie Mouse e-car.
Let me show you the very first video that I sent out to everybody about our vacation.
With Son at Disneyland.
All right, there you go.
You made that?
Well, AI made that.
That was your prompt, though.
Yeah. So
That's
you
cute.
see
That was
some of
good. It would
these
look
great
kind of like
moments here.
your little conveyance there.
Yeah.
And what was cool about Disneyland is that their ability to handle those little carts. What was nice was that whoever hung out with you got to go to the front of the line in just about every ride.
That's right.
Really?
That's right. All of a sudden, I was very popular with my nieces and my
faster than the
nephews.
lightning line.
Instead of the slow poke.
So,
That's right.
so it gave you an e-ticket?
Yeah, it's kind of give you easy
Gave me an
access.
M ticket, a mobility device ticket.
You'd usually go in the exit and park near
Yep.
where you'd be getting out.
Yep.
And your cart would be waiting for you.
Yep.
Or her cart.
I think back in the 70s, they used to have e-tickets. That was the ticket to get at Disneyland.
That's right. It was an e-ticket ride was the best at Disneyland. It's a different system now. They no longer have e-tickets. They used to have book-a tickets, and what's the status today? It's all on your phone. Everybody's looking at their phone at Disneyland.
Yeah, well, not these people. They're on the Mark Twain steamboat ride, and they're looking at the scenery.
Once you're there.
Yeah.
So. The Mark Twain boat just took me back in time. The sounds of it.
Yeah, we have your film. I'll cut to yours because I turned the sound off on this one.
Pastoral, very.
Is it steam-powered paddle wheel?
Yes,
Is it a steamboat?
I love it.
Yeah,
Well, it
let's go
seemed like
find
it-
Al's picture of that.
It seemed like the sounds of it would literally take you back to the 19th century. It's really beautiful. It's a chance to go back into the 19th century and ride on an old-fashioned Mississippi riverboat ride. It's an Americana experience that many people have read about or heard about, but at Disneyland you can actually do it.
Listen to the sounds because Al
listen
was
to the
really
sounds,
trying hard to capture the audio signature of that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the steam engine.
It's got a paddle. I mean, that's not a small boat. I mean, that's pretty big for any Disneyland playground. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
huge.
It was like a real-sized Mississippi riverboat.
Wow.
And that's what's great about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody my age, it just brings back very special memories because, Frontierland was some people's very, very favorite part of Disneyland. You could go and be Mark Twain for a little while.
Tom Sawyer Island.
Tom Sawyer, right. Tom Sawyer Island was where you could run around. I was very fond of some of this early animation stuff.
This was with Buddy Ebsen.
Yeah, so Buddy Ebsen, the famous guy from Green Acres, for people our age.
No, it was,
Buddy
it was
Ebsen? What was
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, Buddy Ebsen was the main from
Was he Jethro?
Oh, no,
No.
he was Jed, Uncle Jed.
Uncle Jed. There's
Uncle Jed.
Yeah.
So here's Uncle Jed in his prime, and he was doing a tap dance so that and what you see behind him is a grid and two cameras that are filming him, and that was
Front and
used
side.
to create the animatronics that were played at Disneyland. And so this little robot doll,
Like a little
and this is
mechanical man.
like, you know how a player piano has these holes, and that those are used to create animation.
The music,
So
yeah.
basically, this film was used to drive these little levers that control how this guy moves.
So instead of a player piano for music, it's a player piano for moving this little character around
Yeah.
in 3D, like he's dancing.
And that's how they figured out animatronics back in the day, the very first one. And this little picture that you see of the bird, this
Tiki
little
room bird.
caged bird was something that Walt Disney brought back from Europe. Sound music boxes that the bird moved and played and sang automatically with a little wind up. And so that was the model for all of the animatronics.
Yeah. We have some nice where Richard talks about a little bit about
Okay,
that.
let's see if I can find that.
And they started talking about doing this attraction with birds, and originally it was this idea that it would be a restaurant and that birds would be in cages over the heads of people when they ate. And Disney said, well, we can't do that because the birds will poop on the guests while they're eating. And John Henge said, no, mechanical birds. And he went, oh, mechanical birds. So then that's how all this started. And this was the first audio-animatronic attraction.
The very first day we were there, Gregory and Richard were our tour guides. So I had VIP status because I was on the device. And Richard, of course, Richard and Greg are Disney files.
This is the first building ever?
Disneyland. Yeah.
First building ever of Disneyland?
Now it has an exhibit of 70 years of Disney. You can look around and see all the artwork. And then in 15 minutes, we're going to go in and see Walt himself.
Oh, cool.
As a robot.
All right. A robot. What's left of him?
Well, my greatest reward, I think, is that I've been able to build this wonderful organization, and also to have the public appreciate and accept what I've done all these years. That is a great reward. But all individuals are different. I had a brother who I really envied because he was a mailman, but he was the one that had all the fun. He had himself a trailer, and he used to go off and go fishing, and he didn't worry about payrolls, heard stories, he just had picture grocers or anything, and he was the happy one. I always said he's the smart Disney.
A scene that we have from Buzz Lightyear's ride. Now we got to go through it twice because we were with the disabled group, and the disabled get to go twice because this is a ride where you get into the car, but you get into it from a moving platform.
All right, let's
right.
go.
It's like and when you
this is it, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's
okay.
the very bright thing. Let's give you an idea of the animation, and you're going through a three-dimensional world where all the characters are UV lit. It's all UV lit, and it's a interstellar adventure between you and Buzz Lightyear and his enemy, some strange-looking dude who's been collecting batteries from everybody, and he's stealing the batteries of the universe, and we have to stop him from doing that. And every car has a laser guns on the front that you have control over as a rider, and you can aim at various things and cause effects. It's kind of like a shooting gallery that you're riding through. It's part of the fun. Okay, so
you ready?
Play 'em up. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
Gigabot. He's the bad guy.
And of course, we had Buzz Lightyear laser guns, so if we could hit those targets, we would make points. And, we were trying to score points by shooting the enemy.
It's a giant shooting gallery of all these things that you can aim at.
Yeah, so when the lights go off, that means you hit it with your laser gun.
Hit the middle of the Z.
That's the enemy.
See on the side there, he's got a little Z on his.
So it's the hokiest little shooting gallery I've ever been in. That's really fun, though.
There you go. There's our family there.
Yeah. We are very intent on getting points and, taking out the enemy there. Pixar Studio is now a big part of Disneyland.
Yeah, the California
The California Adventure has a whole area dedicated to the Cars franchise, and they've created this entire Red Rock Village.
Yeah, it looks like you're in the Southwest somewhere.
Yeah.
With waterfalls and the whole.
And you're racing,
it's a roller coaster for part of it. And for part of it, it's a fast car. It seems.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Okay, here's where you go inside. You go inside the cave, and you literally have a whole car universe in there, including where you can get serviced as a vehicle, a ride into the movie. Yeah, and you even run into police, and you run into a group that wants to spray your car, paint it. It's whole. You meet all the other cars. They're yelling at you. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so bigger than life.
then there's the next phase right after you meet everybody in the car universe. You get into race mode. And this is where literally you team up with another car that's coming from some, with other live people on it. Yeah, you go through Radiator Springs. That's the whole town that you visit.
All right. And
Yeah,
so
right
then,
after that. Then you get sprayed. And
here,
yeah, it's the spray.
So.
It's played in real time. You get the spray. See? And actually, this is water. It's supposed to be paint from the spraying the car.
I'm getting painted.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Okay. And then you leave the garage, and this is where the exciting grand finale of the whole
starting the
race.
race.
Yeah, the race.
You
starts.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, that's who we're racing against.
You
we don't
meet the
know
people
these
you
people.
race right there at that spot.
That's our car.
Yeah.
Okay, see, a lot of passengers in the race car.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, this is where it goes fast. And this is where, if you're brave, you put your hands straight up. Yeah.
And it is a bit of a roller coaster. It's so fun.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's not just a car, it's a roller coaster. And roller coasters are our friend. Yeah, just about everything has a roller coaster element to it. Disneyland.
Finish! We won! And we did.
That's it. Short. The race is very short at the end, but it's really thrilling.
Anyway, that
Okay.
was a real fun ride.
Okay, you got that one. There was a parade at night. And it was a multi-splendored thing. It was really...
I loved all the dancers.
You're getting a preview.
Gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, these are some of the beautiful light dancers.
Yeah, this is like Fantasia Land.
Yeah. Yeah, these are people wearing outfits where they crank in each hand and they turn them and they create an incredible butterfly-like effect of lights on both sides. Again, you can see it if you're watching the video.
The costumes for the dancers were just surreal. It was some of the most beautiful light choreographed that I can imagine. Classic Disney characters, right?
Yeah,
Got
Goofy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and
Running
this
on
is,
top
I
of
think,
this.
where Mickey comes in at the end. You've got the Sorcerer's Apprentice at the end.
Yeah, I want to make sure people see that. Donald
Joe.
Duck was their
There's
character
Donald.
from Disneyland. Everyone's got their favorite Disney character.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donald Duck has his following.
And there we have Minnie.
Minnie, yeah.
That's right. She's got her magic wand. She's pointing at you to, give you a little sparkle magic.
And we're not sure if these were people or animatronic.
No, these are people. These
Okay.
these are characters. These are cast members. So,
They just have high energy for the...
well, I mean, you audition for the characters, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. My favorites really were the dancers, though. I really liked these. They had little troops between each float where they had 6 dancers in complimentary costumes, and then they would do their choreographed step, and it was just amazing.
There you go.
Now here, I think
No, I
is the
didn't. I saw other
here
interventions.
is a Sorcerer's Apprentice.
The Sorcerer's
Maybe
Apprentice
this is the one you were
It
looking
had a
for.
light effect in the back. There was like spirals within spirals. You remind me of Jodie Foster and Contact and the
Yeah.
interdimensional thing.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Spirals within spirals, and it looks very cosmic on the Sorcerer's Apprentice float. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I said I think these people probably went to Burning Man. They learned their craft, brought it into even finer.
Yeah. It
refinement.
reminds me of Burning Man so much. Obviously, people at Burning Man were at Disneyland, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
Because-
I think so, yeah. There's a lot of
Greatest show
cross-pollination.
on earth. People got ideas at Burning Man and then went and got paid top dollar to develop it at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's what I think. It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you learn your craft on the fly.
It's beautiful.
Paid at Disney.
So beautiful. Platform.
And
it's like
he's up there on that platform.
Yeah.
I guess he must have solid connection to the boots or something.
oh yeah, believe me, I'm sure he knows exactly what he can and cannot do up there.
It was on the window of a store.
Animatronics
Yeah.
in a little gift shop that was so cool, and we just loved it. You know, just Moana
Yeah.
and Maui,
Yeah, I know.
right? Because
But-
I love that song.
Sometimes a whole story can just be brought alive by just a little ship rocking on water.
This has got a beautiful Mother Earth looking down. She's supposed to be Mother Maui. Maui is there with his hook.
Yeah.
And Pele is looking at the two of them, and they're hanging off a boat, Moana and Maui. And this is just a cute little display in a shop window, but it's so fun.
It's one of the princesses.
It's the Beauty and the Beast, I think. This was the, I think she's Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
It is right now the 70th anniversary of the founding of Disneyland.
This year it is, yeah.
We were there for the 50th.
This summer's going to be a big deal there. They had a great fireworks show.
Absolutely.
We did. Let me see if
And
I
here's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy
This
was
is
an amazing
when
ride.
they're
Yeah,
throwing us off a 4-story building, so just before we go down.
I can hardly wait to see those.
It was really fun. She's been on a dozen times. She's unfazed. Anyway, this is the Guardian of the Galaxy group shot. And then here's my niece's favorite. She's posing with sadness.
It's from Inside Out, isn't it? The,
Yeah,
the
she's from
characters?
Inside Out. It's sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And then here, my relatives challenged me to pick my ears. So, like, I had to come home with some Disney ears. So, of course, I picked the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Now, what's kind of cool is that the whole family shared T-shirts. When they all wore the same.
Yeah, here, if you look here, we're posing because on the scavenger hunt that my family set up for us, we had to get certain shots. This is a newly refurbished statue of Walt Disney with Mickey in the California Adventureland. And Mickey has his travel suitcase and they're ready to go on a trip. Here is the Happy Birthday shirt that my family made for me, and everybody was wearing it this day.
Aww.
Yeah, my nephew wanted the one that came out upside down. He really liked that one. You see how this says 30 because he's turning 30 and 65 because I'm turning 65, and we both have our favorite Disney characters with us. Happy birthday, Marion and Brandon and Marion. Here, let's try one more parade picture because they were so special. The parade was so beautiful.
Hey, that looks like fun.
That's Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. Paint the night.
Paint the Night Electrical Parade. Main Street, Disneyland. They had a really unique fireworks show. It kind of combined computer projection mapping on the castle with incredible fireworks.
That star. This was the most extraordinary fireworks show I have ever witnessed. So, wishing upon a star, they launched what looked like a star with a comet tail. It was beautiful.
I came here to make the world a better place. I think I broke it.
It gives you an idea.
All right, right, here's another interesting. This is some of the
from the Paint the Night.
princesses.
Paint the Night
Yeah,
princesses.
this is the ice,
Disney
the
princess.
frozen princesses, right?
The floats bring the stories to life. You know, they bring back your memories.
When you go to California Adventure, they have a place that they call Hollywood Street. And in Hollywood Street, they've dedicated it to the art of drawing. And there's like an animation school. And this is a shop where they have live animation artists who are showing you their craft. And this little device is something that Disney invented for their animators so that they could do every single frame before rotoscoping was really invented. And I want to just show you how cool this is to watch this artist making one of their frames and being able to turn it in any direction they want to get a good strong line, have so much control over the individual drawing. For all I know, they still do use that. Now, here's another thing that you found really fascinating, which is this giant earth ball, right?
It was more than an earth ball. This was a giant, like a bowling ball that was
spinning on water, right?
spinning on water,
Yeah,
right?
that's very cool.
Giant. It's as big as I am.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
The kids just loved it.
The kids, I'm going to show you the kids
You have this
playing with it.
solid rock, smooth ball that you, as a little kid, with your little fingers, can push around and move. This massive object with your little fingers, and it just fascinated the kids that they could have that kind of control over something so amazing and massive.
I mean, look at that. Just because of the water.
And they're just pushing and pushing the ball in different. And sometimes a kid will come in and take charge and get the other kids to all do the same thing that kid wants to do, like moving the ball in a opposite
the
direction.
kids could all cooperate and stop this thing.
They could cooperate
They could
or
get
not
it going
cooperate.
really fast. They could cancel each other. It was quite the.
And they did all these combinations. Yeah, you could see how some kids jumped to say, "No, do this. No, do that." Other kids would just go along with it.
It's like a 4 foot diameter ball.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that's a very cool effect.
So so that's kind of cool.
All right.
Thanks for watching our little outtakes from Disney's 70th
Disney
beginning of that.
birthday. Yeah, Disney's 70th and my 65th.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
So you guys want to
With
go?
my family.
Would you guys want to go to that?
I would like to go, absolutely.
I'd go in a heartbeat. It looks like it's even better than Burning Man.
Yeah, it is. It's professional Burning Man.
Less dust.
No
Burning
dust,
Man,
comparatively.
it's Burning Man if you want it to be your job.
Plenty of bathrooms, plenty of food, hotels and showers, and all the good stuff of civilization. You're on the observer mode than you are in participatory mode. Though I must say there are some pretty interesting participatory rides, like Buzz Lightyear.
Well, that's the wrap, folks. That's
Okay.
a
Well,
wonderful
yeah.
day in our
I'll
future.
I'll leave you with a little clip from Kon-Tiki. Thanks for watching, folks, or listening, depending on your modality. Next week, we should have our astronauts back from the moon. Woo. Thanks, Michael, for being here.
Hey, happy to be here now.
Yeah. And thank you, Bobby, for being present.
Yes, it was great being with you.
All right. Till later.
Well, look at that. I got a doppelganger.
Yeah. Yeah. We always need to see more of you, Michael.
Yes.
Not kidding enough.
Well, I am a Gemini, very Gemini.